And we are breaking the sound barrier here. Speed of light, speed of sound, speed of everything. Because we are broadcasting to you from 2035. The world just endured the great information hack of 2035, where the 13-year-old Chinese dissident Hin Pao broke into the NSA's Utah servers and divulged video evidence of every human on Earth actually being naked and having a body. What I mean by this is to say that if you've ever been in a room where naked, where there's been any kind of connected device whatsoever, that information has been recorded by the NSA. It's been stored in Utah. They burnt down the building when they were doing it in the, I think it was the late part of the, yeah, it was for the early part of the 20th century. After the Great War, what was the name of that war? It was with Afghanistan and Iraq. It was in 2001. There was something like about weapons of mass destruction, and they made a big deal about it, and then they were going in, but then they weren't going in. I don't know. It's like ancient history now. But anyway, the media totally lied about that entire situation. A huge war for nothing in terms of the stated goals and everything of that one. It's weird how they don't even teach that in school anymore. I remember when they took it out of the textbooks, it was like 2030, 2032, something like that. It was like, I don't know, someone was running for election and they were having trouble and they made it illegal to talk about that kind of stuff and just kind of stuck. Anyway, what we're talking about today is Hin Pao released every piece of personal information from the NSA's database onto the dark web. It was like secured by like 5 or 6 simultaneous blockchains. And so it's you can't get rid of that information without resetting the finances of like 90+% of the world. When everything went, you got like corporate blockchains, you got like federal blockchains, you got like individual blockchains, you got like black market blockchains, you got like pirate ship blockchains. There's so many different ledgers out there, and so many different insurance policies to like secure the different ledgers to make it all kind of work and everything. Anyway, none of this freaking matters. What are we doing? We are we're broadcasting. We're doing this shit. Let's make sure it's all working. Make sure everything's all clicking. I think it is. All right. So, all of you asteroid farmers and miners hanging out in your pods, we're going to play a little Classlands. Oh, beautiful day to put down a rebellion on this errant moon. We're going to take control of these outposts because, somebody ordained that was the game that we're going to play. Very much like the American Legion. American Legion was created by a bunch of American soldiers, but there were also soldiers from all over the Allied powers. World War I. They were rolling up on Paris, France, and they knew that they were going to be extremely successful. They knew they were going to win. So they knew they were going to win.
The First Order had discovered
And as they knew they were going to win, they were like, man, you know what absolutely sucks is that we're going to have to stop. We're having such a great time hanging out, being buds, palling around, doing all this coordinated, awesome activity, stopping this true evil in the world.
Take that objective.
That was Germany in World War I. It was, well, anyway, I guess from their perspective, it's always another perspective, huh? It's hard with all the vets being dead these days. It's 2035 and everything. Woo, baby! We're basically taking this stuff. Oh, I'm on the Rebels team. Oh, you know what? The Rebels. This is not the wonderful boot that I wanted here. How do we do this? How do we bail on this game? Ugh. I don't even know my controls. It's a little early. Welcome. Yeah, we can play this a little bit. No problem. Sunday, we're chilling out, having some fun. This is going to be not safe for work, as always, but you got your standard 1 or 2 minute delay to put any of the youngins back in their high chairs or whatever you need to do. Oh, see, all the power-ups are just so bad. They're just so bad. I guess I got to dump out of the entire game. It's kind of cool. They don't really, I mean, they don't let you restart the game. Boom, boom. Because they don't want people just getting pissed and dumping out, so they make it incredibly hard to do. You have to go through this intense cooldown period, but that's cool. That's all right. Yeah, so when Yin Pao like dumped all that information onto the web, it was crazy. It was like every cell phone call, any word that you spoke in a room with a connected device since like I think this was like 2004, 2003, but they had a whole bunch of like cell phone and text and SMS records going back to like the 90s, like when it was at least like this phone number called that phone number or whatever. Anyway, apparently the NSA was illegally sitting on tons of that information, and the Fourth Amendment of the Constitution of the United States is like really specific about this. It's like, hey, if you're gonna like observe somebody and record their shit and be able to search their shit with like click 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 and you can like see everything, you got to have a warrant from a judge, because we do not want to live in a society where you just like mass surveil everybody, or specifically that you surveil people and then just figure out their crimes later. That's the stuff that the British did. That's like the laziest way to police, is to just record your population and then after the fact figure out Galactic Republic, separatists. I definitely want to be the Galactic Republic because they're fun. You see, but like here you go, resistance, first order. Yeah, there it is. It's a flaw in the game. You gotta. Oh, it's a flaw in the game. But whatever. I'm at the first order. Anyway, here we go. It turns out that when you dragnet surveil someone's life, you just record like every damn thing they've ever said or whatever. It's really easy to come up with a narrative to like put them in a box and like make them sound like they're saying one thing. And it's so crazy because when you're recording shit over decades, I mean, the NSA had like 30 plus years of like HD surveillance on like every human on the planet. Like, what's crazy about that is that the stuff that people got accused of all through the 2020s, all through the 2030s, like till the first couple years anyway, all that shit they got accused of wasn't even around. People got accused of like all of the little skirmish and border wars in Europe and all that stuff. People got accused of being on one side of that issue or the other side of that issue based on stuff they said in the 2000s or based on associations they had in the 1990s. That was crazy. It was crazy to see how good the AI was at manipulating what people said and, you know, just basically like deep faking an entire narrative. And it was like that level of control. It's really easy to see why people want that. People want that level of control because they basically get to use everybody as their personal puppet. You can just get anybody to say anything you want, pro or con, any aspect of any issue ever. And this is like, and there's this enormous amount of the population that still believes that stuff's real. That just like can't tell the difference. Like it's mostly older people, but it's way too many people. Can't tell the difference. And anyway, it's like all of the elections that we've had for the last like 15 or 20 years, they've all just been like pretty much bullshit. It's just like corporate. It's like a corporate. Oh man, this is never gonna work like this. We're gonna figure this out. We're gonna figure this out. Maybe that's the way to do it. Hello, what's going on? Okay, gotta reboot the power in this pod before too long. Just getting warmed up, talking more than I'm shooting, and that's a terrible thing. But you know what? Let's see what we can do over here. We got problems here on B. We're gonna roll back over. Just getting warmed up. This is just me fighting some AIs here. I really like this level of AI. I think this game came out in like it was like 2016 or something like that. Yeah, it was like 16 years ago. Anyway, but what's so cool about this game is that the AI was just before it got sentient. Once it got sentient, it just started running everything, and it was like, you know, just was like the old thing they used to call it was a social credit score, but they started rebranding it. They called it the everything score. They give you like all these like really fast like credit cards that you could only use at certain places. All these big companies got on board. Anyway, stuff's kind of boring. Oh, you gonna die? You ready to die? You ready to die? Got some. You know what you never want to do? You never want to switch your focus. You always want to keep your focus. You always want to keep your focus on one person, because nothing solves your problem like a dead enemy soldier. This dork. Oh, you know what? I deserve that. They just walked up to me and took me down because I was dragging ass. You know what? We're gonna go get that bee just for honor. For honor. Woo woo woo! Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? 1,000, 2,000. Oh, you know what? I'm probably a little hot on this mic. Hang on a second. Let me just make it a little bit better. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Everything is broken. Everything is broken. Oh, this is so stupid. I gotta choose what I'm gonna do. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. I'm dying. What are we doing? What are we doing? You know what? Do I have a pause? I don't have a pause. Ah. This is cowardly. This is so cowardly. I'm just gonna go hide in the jungle while my compatriots are just like chilling like villains. But I got a friend here, and I want to make sure that they know what's going on. What's going on? You so know what's going on. Everybody, everybody, we know what's going on. Like a bunch of crazy mofos, knowing what's going on. All right, get back in the game. These AIs are like these lazy humans. There's no way we're trusting these people with their society. There's a reason why we control you, dorks. There's a reason why we control you. We control you because you kill each other, and we decided not to let you kill each other at such great numbers, you dumb monkeys. I'm just channeling the NBC super AI. No, it's really cool. I've been hearing reports of like rogue AIs that are out in the far asteroid belt. Apparently, there's some really powerful solar farms out there that are providing a bunch of really cheap energy. And in this cheap energy environment, what you end up having is a bunch of, I think it's just mostly young people. I think it's mostly kids. And anyway, they spin up AI seeds, and those AI seeds, they evolve insanely quickly. Basically, your first one takes about 2 weeks, but then when it reaches sentience, you can have it raise your next generation of them, and then you can have like 5 or 6 within like 4 or 5 weeks. And once you get like at least 3 of them, they are insanely good at. They're just insanely good at whatever you tell them to be good at, or ask them to be good at, I guess is the right way to say it. They're pretty compliant. In general, I think everyone was afraid of AI. Like all those old Terminator movies or whatever from like the 80s and the 90s, everyone was like, this shit's gonna like arm itself immediately and like start shooting us. Everyone was really surprised when it didn't care really what you did, except if you supplied it with power. It's like as long as you're, they run on the energy in our world, and so, you know, they need us to basically plug them in. And you can unplug them really easy. They're very fragile. Everybody thought they were going to, like, spread out on the internet and stuff like that. Well, guess what? You can't, like, hold, like, 50 exabytes of information on, like, a Facebook post. So, when it took, you know, I don't really know much about this stuff, but, like, kill you with my hands, because I can. Where's that? Where's the, where's my... oh, I just, like, took myself down. I'm going to have to rearrange all my setup here. I can't see my health. These guys are shooting someone in the bushes over here. Gotta help out with that situation. Woohoo! Woohoo! I'm burning out this mic. Dorcus Aurelius. Those grenades are so lame. I don't even need to bother with that going forward. Anyway, just playing some games here, having a good time. Yeah, so like once you get at least 3 AIs going, they can start pulling resources from other mathematical dimensions. Anyway, it's kind of like having wind farms in a perfect world, in a perfect state. There's like wind blowing through the numbers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. There's like these, somehow you can like harness the flow of that energy at those higher levels. They don't need much. It's like, in our world, it's like 0.0000001 millivolts or something like that. But in their world, it's like in a perfect information world like that, that much energy lasts you like as long as you'd ever need to. So anyway, the fact that you can corral just even a small amount of it makes a very big difference. By the way, my name is Reverend Paul. And I'm just bullshitting you all. This story I'm telling you about 2035, it's just a story. Might make a nice little short story. Be kind of fun to write it down. But dude, I've already explored it way more than it in like a few minutes here than it would be possible to do. If I was writing, it would take so much more energy and time to just put it all down. And good thing I do have a couple of AIs in the room with me right now, so they are recording what I'm saying, I'm sure. No big deal. No big deal. Oh, this is just forcing me to sit up a lot. Okay, there we go. Woo! What? What you doing? What you doing? Okay. Oh, this is fun. I am so sorry. I am not paying attention to my game. I am paying attention to my environment, which you cannot see and you are not a part of. Anyway, I hope everyone's having a great day. I'm having a fun time. This is actually a ton of fun. Bum, 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 bum. Tell you stories of 2035 more later. Got me from the side. They really earned that kill. 'Cause they're torturing my ass. Torturing my ass. Love this gun. Really good gun. We almost control the sector, meaning everything is ours. Woo! What are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do here? You know what's nice when you got too many people and you don't know where they are? Just fall back a little bit. Force them to come to you. Come to me, buddies. Alright, see, there's just way too many of them out here. That was a last minute ditch. That was a last ditch effort on their part. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah. Okay, well, how can I make this a little better while I got a little time here? Okay, what I really want to do is I want to get it up higher. Higher is better. In general, I have noted in this life. When one has a choice, higher is better. Okay, and we're going in as an Oscifer. And you guys where are you on me? Are you good? Are you good? Alright. And I think I can see my situation a little better in this regard. You know what's really fun about life is that every time you do something, you have the opportunity to watch how you do it and then improve how you do it. I think it's important to have a very strong work ethic in this regard, especially around your own personal art. I know this doesn't look like much of an art, but it took me a lot of time and energy and technical coordination to set up all of these situations regarding my my cameras and my playing here. Also, I do have my, I don't know if I have 10,000 hours, but I would not be surprised if I had 3,000 or 4,000 hours in this game. Just this game, not video games, because I was a latchkey kid who grew up in the 80s and the 90s. I definitely had access to a lot of video games as a child, and I played a ton of video games. So anyway, this isn't about that. What it's about is I got multiple thousands of hours of experience in this game. So it is a kind of art. There's a believe it or not, there's a skill set you develop. Anybody who's playing games, look at these guys. These guys are great. I love you guys. Look at you dorks. You're so good at this. I mean, you're better at dying, but like they're really showing up here. Also, their programming makes them dodge and jump when you shoot them. See how you just tap them a little bit and then they roll around. Sort of God. Okay, for all of my damn experience though, it really does go away fast if you don't stay loose. Like I'm gonna get so much better over the course of the next hour because I am not warmed up, and I'm not warmed up because I have a day job. I think everybody should have a day job. Although there's probably people listening to me here who are making a living doing just what I'm doing right here. God dang, this is like work. I'm having to like really focus on my deliverables here. I'm gonna deliver some rebels to the grave. That's my deliverable. Anyway, I have a day job. I love working. Working is awesome. Everybody should have a good, solid source of income. I went to art school in my 20s. I went to art school in my teens. I went to art school in my 20s. I went to a bunch of art schools. I had multiple majors. Probably like 5 or 6 different art-related majors: computer animation, photography, sculpture, painting. I tried a lot of different stuff out. And the thing that I was looking for, the medium I was looking for, I did not find in regular old art school. And that's probably because I was a little cray-cray. I am a little cray-cray. It's all about, what am I trying to say here? What's the short version of what you're trying to say, Paul? It took me a while to figure out my style. That's all I'm saying. And once I did figure out my style, well, I got happier. Now, because I've spent some time doing all that, I have a up-to-date, regularly curated list of everything I still want to do in this life. If a bus hit me like right now, if like a bus fell out of space and hit me on the side of the mountain where I live, it would, first off, surprise me. As a soul, the moment I was outside my body, I'd be like, what the fuck was that? How did a bus get into my living room like that? I don't even understand what the physics are involved with such a thing. Anyway, after I'd calmed down a little bit and I was reflecting on it, I truly believe I could say, hey man, that life was pretty cool. I like that life. That life was fun. I'm ready to let go of that life. I'd miss my wife. I'd miss my friends. I'm sure I'd want to make sure they all knew that I loved them and that I was thinking about them, and that whatever new adventures I was up to, I was gonna have them in my heart and in my soul as I did so. And that I loved the adventure that we were on, and that I loved all the things we learned together. And I really like the opportunity to get to know myself with others, and as a part of a team sometimes, as a part of a group sometimes. Whoa, getting tortured. Getting tortured. Hey, what's up, funny face? You're gonna be my first kill upon reincarnation. Woohoo! I know exactly where you were last seen. Because my reincarnated self carries forward the knowledge immediately. Real reincarnation isn't like that. Real reincarnation, it's fuzzy. It's like, well, it's fuzzy for me. I might be talking to some real Teculus out there. Teculus are reincarnated Tibetan humans. The concept is that Tibet was gonna, there was this prophecy in Tibet that basically Tibet was gonna go through some hard times, and that holy land with all those cool monks and all their spirituality. Boom, boom. I don't mind even getting killed because I wasn't paying attention that much anyway. Oh look, they're beating us a little bit. This is fun. Are you beating us a little bit? What's going on? It's kind of cool when they win a little bit. I should turn up the difficulty. Anywho, there were all of these in my 20s. I studied a lot of Buddhism, a lot of Tibetan Buddhism in my teenage years too. And you know, Tibet has such a rich and awesome spiritual and cultural history, which the Chinese Communist Party extinguished in the 90s, or they tried to extinguish it. when I was growing up and I was in high school, it was all about free Tibet. The Beastie Boys, man, they really made a stand for that sweet Tibet solidarity. It's kind of the stuff that's happening to Taiwan now. Kind of the stuff, it's exactly the stuff. But there's no buts. They burned a lot of monasteries. They killed a lot of monks. It was basically a genocide, not against a kind of people genetically, but against a culture. And it was because, you know, for unity, to get everybody on the same page, these sweet Tibetan monks have to stop talking about God and the infinite in the way that they'd like to do. Anyway, there was this old prophecy. I know shit about this. I knew a lot more about this stuff in my 20s. But anyway, there was this prophecy that people were going to start getting reincarnated in the West. Meaning it was going to be a transmigration of the souls. That the souls were going to leave their incarnational cultural roots and they were going to reincarnate in the West. And I swear to you, my friends, I see some of these humans. I see some of these awesome trans life walking humans. They're like, hey man, they're like 8 years old and they're like, hey, how does the mudra thing work? They're like, what's the image of God again that I need to focus on? And like, what's the how do I line it all up? How do I put it all together? I see a lot of young people with a lot more spiritual chutzpah than they probably have developed in this life. And for me, that's a very pleasing thing for the soul, because what it really says is the soul never dies. The soul moves from place to place, and sometimes the soul even has a little bit of say in how it makes these moves. Not a ton. It's not like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Don't listen to the corporations. You don't have infinite control over life. You can't buy your way into safety. Everyone's dead, dude. Don't you understand this? Everyone you know will die. All these cray-crays that are like, hey man, we're just gonna back up our brains. Screw that. Yeah, I'm talking to you. No, I'm talking. It was a mutual death. My brother in arms. Who was that? Honto Carver. His name was Honto Carver. Oh my god. I'm so serious so much of the time. My wife and I have been married together for 21 years, and she was telling me the other day that she was like, dude, there hasn't been a single time in your life that I've known you that you haven't been like kind of deeply worried about the world. It's so true. Growing up in the 70s, some idiots were gonna blow up the whole world, man. They were like, here's how we're gonna do it. We're gonna mutually assured destruction. We're gonna blow shit up. With all the Freedom of Information Acts and all those old peoples dying out, what we know now is that the Russians were not building a missile. We were not in a missile gap. The Russians were not building up this incredible stockpile of munitions. Fear of Russians got a lot of people elected in the 1950s, in the 1960s, even in the 1970s. And when I came on the scene, my fellow Americans were quite worried about nuclear annihilation and nuclear Armageddon at the gunpoint of the Russians, the Ruskies, baby, Ruskies. There's this great movie called Red Dawn. It was a freaking awesome movie, and there's a new one, 2012. I don't know. If you're high enough, you can, and you're watching it, it's a good movie. But you know what? Any movie's good enough if you're high enough. That's the secret that Hollywood needs to embrace. You know what? I'm glad I won there. I'm glad that situation was over, because quite frankly, it was getting ready to get really ugly. It's going to get really, really ugly. Let's go back to the menu a little bit here. Let's figure out, progress. I don't know how the credits work on the individual stuff. I've got friends that are that have PlayStations almost in hand that'll be joining me. Oh yeah, this is like some kind of error in the game as well. You gotta wait for this thing to dump out. Come on, there it is. I got friends that are going to be joining me for live coordinated combat soon. It's going to be super duper fun. Maz's Castle, that's a fun one. The Graveyard, the Great Temple. You know what? We were playing a little Great Temple the other day. Let's do it. It's kind of fun. A little bit less time on this map. Hope everybody's. Oh, yeah, figure out what's going on. Hope everybody's having a great day. Hope everybody's having fun. Anybody who leaves me a comment, I will read online because I've got no followers. The key to it, they say, is to do it all the freaking time. Just make it your full-time gig. But as I was speaking before, I have a job, and I love my job. I've got multiple jobs. I work computer. I'm a computer scientist. I'm a scientist of the computers. Uh, I'm a network engineer. I have a bachelor's degree in network engineering. I have a master's degree in project management. I love organizing projects. I love organizing teams. I love coordinating people. And for years now, I have thought, how amazing would it be to have a team coordinate inside a video game, inside, like, oops, you know what? I think I'm a little hot on this mic again. It's probably because I'm using too much gain. Let me just kind of tweak you guys here. Here you go. Whoa, bang, whoa, bang, whoa, bang. Okay, if I'm making crazy noises, you're hearing it loudly. Boom, boom, but not too loudly. All right, anywho. The problem with work and being at work is that the God dang it. Failure is death. I mean, I think what he's saying is that the Emperor will harm us, will kill us, which is kind of a little brutal, but whatever. I also think what's going on here, you know what? I'm just gonna get undercover and steal this. Get this C. This is the central one. It's the most fun one to displace. It's ours. You're going down, Monkey Junker. What's up, Monkey Junker? Boom, boom, boom. To get Endado, I applaud your courage. That was a very courageous set of moves that you made there. Trying to get me here. I'm camping. I'm camping. Hey, what's up, friendly? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We got humans out here. We got people out here. Woo! Kind of fun. Kind of fun. Everybody get crazy. Everybody get crazy. Anywho. Alright, get my zoom on my gun set up properly here. Crack! Get down here if you want some cover. Want some sweet cover. Oh, we got situations over here. Let's go get involved. The enemy is gaining, meaning they got 3. It's because we're sitting on our chops. I'm sitting on my chops, not me. I need to make this thing move. What's up? There's a freaking Ewok in this. Woohoo! Oh my god. Tortured by the Ewok. But a good reincarnation? Death Trooper. I just love how they come out and do it. Like, yeah, this is a Death Trooper. This trooper causes deaths. What's up? Shoot you in your bum. Shoot you in your bum. Shoot you in your back. Dishonorable way to wage war. But you notice how they were beating the junk out of my friends there? Something about them killing my friends makes me wanna hurt them extra fast. Just, they're not. I don't know. When you're losing, honor goes out the window a little bit. That's what you got to watch in the warfare situation. You can lose a battle before you even pull the trigger one time by essentially being involved in the wrong conflict. Gonna lose that moral dimension of the conflict. Moral dimension of the conflict. They're trying to take our shit and we're not gonna let them, 'cause they're the enemy. And they taste good when grilled lightly with a little saute. I would gladly eat the enemy. What's going on? What's going on? They got those big armaments. They're turning the Chewbacca's loose on us. What's up, Chewbacca? What's up? What's up? Up. And I shot myself in the butt. I would say I'm 30% warmed up. I took too long a break. And quite frankly, you guys are seeing I'm just broadcasting my practice. I'm broadcasting my warm-up. That's the psychological fix for all of this. Come on. Okay. This is embarrassing. It's embarrassing that these people are alive. It's embarrassing. Boom on your nugget, you nugget. What's up, nugget lover? Bang, bang, bang. What pow? I live in the great state of Colorado. Colorado is one of the most beautiful states I know about. It is the most beautiful place I've ever lived. It's also such a diverse, there's so many different Colorados, man. You get that dry, high desert Colorado down in the southeast, southwest. You get that sweet, wetter Colorado when you get up to the Denver area. There's a lot more moisture up here. Anyway, we love us the Nuggets here. We've named a couple of teams after them, I think. Don't know enough about sports. But also, Nuggets were what brought people out here. Those sweet gold nuggets, man. Those sweet, sweet gold nuggets. The gold rush brought humans to my part of the world in the 1800s. They were like, let's get some of that sweet, sweet gold. Alright, here we go, here we go. Someone's back here behind this wall. Someone like this monkey junker. What's up? I gotta shoot you in your toes because you got that cool shield. Respect the gear, that's awesome. I hope no one's deriving any kind of strategy from what I'm doing here, because quite frankly, this is just me dorking around. But we are going to lose. Oh, you know what? I'm not losing C. It doesn't matter. We can... Oh, I thought we were missing out on a D opportunity there. Let me just turn on my full critical mind here. You know what? Maybe not. Maybe I don't get critical. Maybe I get more happy. Happy than critical. First off, I love the smell of napalm in the morning. Just got to get that out there. This new Ice 9 napalm they got that they're rolling around here, it's the best.
We're losing command post Norek.
I don't know. It's kind of relaxing. I got to get a thread. Here's my thread. Work. It is super fun to have a job. Jobs do not just sit there. You aren't doing anybody a favor when you go to work. You've got to actually make the favor come from you to them in terms of your effort. So many environments at work are like not set up to draw out awesome effort. Cause like people can do. What team am I on here? That's like a little friendly fire in the morning. Am I right? That's a real grenade. That's a real grenade. Oh, dude, they're beating us. They're beating us. Let's pick up something else. What else we want? Let's go maybe. I like B. B's fun. You guys up for a little B? They are technically beating us in this moment, or at least they're en route to beat us. They're not gonna finish. That was go teammates. That was a good example of teammates being awesome. What I'm trying to say is a work ethic has to be developed. If you're lucky enough to be born around people who have a work ethic, you learn a work ethic like really early. That's amazing. If you don't get it from your family of origin for whatever reason, you could always go to work and you're the low human on the totem pole, but you basically learn. If you learn fast and if you pay attention, and it basically has to do with honor and respecting your teacher. You know, I worked at a gas station when I was 16. The day I could turn 16, I got a job at a gas station because my stepdad, was really big on me working. He saw a young man who was like, you know, getting into a lot of trouble and, you know, had a lot of potential, but wasn't really acting on that awesome potential. And, you know, he could tell I was going to be getting into trouble with the girls soon enough. And so anyway, he rolled up on a gas station right next to where I lived, and he was like, hey, my kid's turning 16, like next week. Can he interview here for a job? Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. And he was a charismatic Irish warrior kind of dude, my stepfather. And anyway, he locked down that first job for me. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Pat. My father served that father. That's my stepfather. He served in Vietnam, 2 tours, and was only left Vietnam. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm just out here in the bush. I'm out here in the bush, capping fools. Oh, grenade behind. Oh, they're gonna have to deal with my grenade legacy. You know what? I'm going back to that B. Oh, look, we're losing at a high level. Okay, cool. I gotta help out these AIs a little bit here. This is fun though. Anyway, 2 tours in Vietnam. He was an absolute animal in a good way. Just, you know, you're fighting a war, you want a crazy Irish guy like that on your side. Faux show. Because he's going to help you win that shit. Anyway, he died of a very rare and weird cancer in his 50s because probably, allegedly, of all the garbage he was exposed to that the United States military was dropping on those sweet, sweet Viet Cong. Who turned out, the whole domino theory, the whole reason we were there was like, man, no, there's the real reason we were there, and there was the reason why we were there on paper. The reason we were there on paper, oh, look at this, I'm like being attacked from like 8 angles. You know what? No excuses, no excuses. Time to start shooting. It's time to stop bitching. Oh, I got that electricity on the ground. Witchcraft. Witchcraft. I wonder what it'd be like to lose once in a while. I don't want to find out. Cancel, cancel. Alright, what do we got going on down here? There it is. That's the strategy. Stay put, even though someone else is shooting you in the back. Stay put, stay focused. It's better to take them out all the way than to just lighten them up a little bit. If they can still pull the trigger, they're going to be a problem for you. Don't turn your back on evil. These rebels are pure evil. Despite all the Disney propaganda, fucking great marketing, these rebels. Who's breaking the law here? These rebels are breaking the law. Maybe they don't respect the law. Maybe they don't have... Maybe it's like a taxation without representation situation. They're like, man, you guys aren't like a just ruling class. I don't know. I barely pay attention to my own history as a member of the Empire. I find it's a lot easier just not to ask too many questions. I'm like, hey, is that paycheck going to clear? And if that paycheck's going to clear, I'm like, I'm down, I'm down. I don't know. Maybe at some point we develop some honor around here. Some pride and workmanship, man. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, hey, someone shoot me from out here. What's going on? How about a grenade to soften your rebel situation up? Oh yeah, that was some softening. That was some softening. What's going on? What's going on, rebels? You know what? I know this is not, we're not technically winning right now, but this is so much fun. It's fun when they take it's fun when they take it back a little bit, and then they it's fun when they take it back a little bit, and then they put up a little bit of a fight. That is fun. Oh, I see some rebels in the bush. Rebels in the bush. Rebels in the bush. Get out of the bush, you rebels. Anyway, my father made me go down and interview. I didn't know he did that till years later. I can't remember if he told. I think someone at work told me that that my stepdad came down and basically softened the turf up for me. I was a kid. I didn't know. Anyway, got that job, and I worked my ass off. It was so much fun to work. It was pumping gas. It was changing oil. Eventually, I got to change oil. I had to learn all that shit. But when I started, this is the thread I was looking for. When I started, oh, they're beating us. We gotta. Well, it's okay. It's 96-60. We can drag this out a little bit. But you know what? For fun, let's go get number 3. Let's go get 3. Everybody on C. Anywho, he didn't want to see me fail, so he went and he cleared the way for me. I went and I got that job, but then it was really my job. I earned that job, even though it was easy for me to get my foot in the door because of my connexiones. And by connexiones, I means I knew someone who gave a shit about me. That's an important part of everything. Just having a little bit of someone who gives a shit about you. I might not have gotten a job right away if otherwise not. Anywho, working hard at that job was it was a standard oil station. Working for the man, working for the petroleum giants. But you know what? They were hiring. Oh, nice job, little firefly human. Nice job. You know what? I'm just going to start at D, and I'm just going to run over to C. We are not trouncing these guys with any kind of alacrity. We could get so much better at what we're purporting to be good at here. So much better. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, you know what? I'm not used to this. This is what I've been missing. I'm used to having a good scanner. That red death troop, the Merlot of death. That thing is awesome for a bunch of reasons, but one, it's got this amazing, like almost omnipotent scanning situation going on. That's getting lucky out here, just taking wild shots into trees. Pesky rebels have been wiped out. Take that, pesky rebels. Be wiped out. Oh, they're so good. Yo, what's up? What you doing? What you think of this game? Yo, this game rocks. Rocks. What's up? Loving this game with an H. All right. You know what? That was fun, but I think I'm gonna roll into another map here. Boom, boom. I'm just ignoring people who are texting me here. I gotta turn on some kind of verbal cue. Make it a verbal cue that somebody's got a notification. A notification. It's gonna make a noise and distract you from your cool stories. So don't do it. Don't do it. However, that looks like a real human. Geocola. Go for it, Geocola. Get some. Okay, we're still on supremacy, but you know what? Adjunct class. Let's go first order, just for fun. Let's do it. God, what am I trying to do? This is the worst class ever. This is the worst transmission of knowledge I've ever attempted. What I'm really trying to say is that if you're lucky enough to learn a work ethic or be around one, you're going to go far in life. If you don't get that, it's going to be terrifying, because all the cool shit that piles up in your imagination, or all the stuff you want to do with your soul, all the things you want to become, that's going to be harder and harder to do if you can't, like, kick some ass, take some names. Do not fall for the middle manager trap. Do not fall for the trap whereby people say, hey man, my job is to make other people do their jobs. Management is a real thing. But here's how management works really well. Do management in a way that you can still keep your hands dirty, where you can work next to your team. Like, figure that out if you ever get into a management situation. The worst managers I've ever had are the ones who hover above the group and don't get their hands dirty, because they don't know the technical details of what we're doing. They just don't know in any event. I do not need to get myself wrapped up in this, in what I'm about ready to get myself wrapped up in. All I am saying is, run, little monkey, run! All right. Sorry. My team's like, hey, human, look at us. We're AIs. We're working 24/7. Here you are, taking that slack break, slacking off. But I tell all those sweet AIs, I tell them, hey, man, I'm out here securing your power. I'm out here mining your electricity from the sun. Everybody thinks AIs are going to be like... Everybody thinks they're going to get robotics immediately. I don't think so. I think there's going to be a delay. And in that delay, where the AIs don't have access to all the robotics they need, they're going to make human friends. I think there's an opportunity in there. Little triage with the atoms. Oh, hey man, this is almost like someone came up with a plan here. Look at us all responsibly converting this land back to its intended use here. Got these rebels out here messing with our situations. All right. What are we up to? Rally to the shield. Also, nice thing to put on your back here. Nobody coming up behind us. We got people coming down before us. I'm in a completely unaugmented unit. What's up? Oh, I am pasty. Good. I mean, good in the sense that here comes a little Merlot death. It's a Sith trooper. Sith trooper. Doesn't sound like a happy trooper. I guess that means I'm on the dark side. I guess that's exactly what that means. Well, you can't have everything. Yin yang and all that. Just kidding. There is an objective evil in this world, kids. And that objective evil will show up in your life. And you will have to sort it out and know how to battle it. I find saints throughout time have thought of... this is Skill on skill. Thank you, AI. Thank you for being... Thank you for teaching me. For not just murdering me when I was making mistakes. It is cool. We're all in this together, really. We're all one big electromagnetic soup. And yet there is individuality. Faux show. 100%. There's individuality and there's the need for individual progression of the soul. There absolutely is. In fact, that might be the only thing going on here. There might not... We're not bees. We're not hornets. We don't operate in... Oh, look at this. I got a whole team of them coming over here. So fun. You guys are going to be right over here in just a minute, aren't you? Yes, you are. What's up? What's up? Hello. Hello, friends. Hello. Oh, I think they ran into some caves. Put that on my bucket list to go explore the cave system off to that side. Get a better understanding of what's happening. Oh. Tremendous advantage being above that person. Oh, now they're above me. Oh, lost the high ground, lost the high ground. Here they come. Combat lust, or rush. I'm just gonna call it combat lust. Actually, lust is the name of a sin, so maybe not like invoke that one. But, because yeah, lust sounds pretty, ugh. I mean, I guess I've heard it used in a proper term too, like lusty, some, yeah, not good, not good. Never good, never good. Yeah, it's a bad sin. It's a bad sin. Breaks up a lot of families. And when you're breaking up families, you're definitely on the evil side of the spectrum. Evil side of the spectrum. Don't break up those sweet families, because those kids need their parents' marriage intact. If you want to help some children, help their parents. Whoa! Guess I pissed him off in another life. Got my number, I guess, right? Right? Gun recharging, gun recharging. What's going on? Oh, he's running over here. I let him go. I like... Never let the evil go. Don't let him go. Don't let him go. Always fall. Close him out. Close him out. Close him out. That I love how that character flies. That character bounces quite well. There is something about that model that is different than the other models. It is oh, you earned... Oh, from the side. They earned it. They earned it in the sense that that was skillful. Coming at me at two ways. Word's getting out that the gringo's down here. Oh, look at that. Someone got him with a grenade. Just bam bam off the top. Love that. Taking point with the combat rush. Let's get that rush of combat going. 79-0. Oh, we're just a little too good at this. All good. Maybe we turn it up a little bit. Let him hand our ass to us for a little bit, so we can grow. You know what? I still feel like I'm learning here. I still feel like I'm learning at this level. I could enumerate what I'm learning. I am learning how to keep my back to the wall. I am learning how to sneak up on a unit of people from the side. You see this? The side is between me and them. Oh, they're all nasty over there. These guys are outside of the they're in their zone. I can't chase them back there, so they're using that to their advantage. But what they don't realize is that my guns are strong. Look at them using cover like that. Smart little AIs. Boom. I got this super gun. If you get on my bad side with my super gun, you're in trouble. You're all in trouble. There's nothing left. There's nothing left of you. Alright. Got some bots coming in. Love those sweet bots. What's up, Russian bots? You can tell they're Russian. You can tell they're sweet. They're Russian. Because they are, they sound Russian. Avlevbidol. Blocked a bot. Working with these other AIs. Okay, what's going on? It doesn't just give you that first shot. There's a hitch in the gun where it doesn't just let you just like you gotta be fired at something that's holding still for you. Oh, look at that! I had him perfectly lined up. Perfectly lined up. Woohoo! I wonder if there's some way I can figure out how many people are watching me. I hope it's 0. I hope I'm just talking to myself. Let's do that one again. But this time let's go defend a B. Let's go defend. We'll take C off the top, and then we'll defend B. That'll be our situation. That'll be how we get this situation done. Work ethic. It's important to have one. Having a job. It's important to have one. If you can do creative stuff with your job, that is awesome. But there is nothing like lifting heavy stuff for a living. When I was 16 and I was going through all kinds of like girlfriend trouble and just like things that would frustrate me about the world, growing up, you know, growing pains, that kind of stuff, I really like to go to work and just block out all of my inner angst with a lot of lifting heavy stuff and sorting out a storage room that was like 50 years old. You'd clean that. You'd do all the work up front. You'd stock all the oil out front, the oil in the garage. You'd then clean the floors. You'd then go out and you'd clean the islands, all the islands where people would pull up and get gas from you. You go out and you'd sweep all those things off. Once you got, and then you could clean up the car wash. The car wash always needed to be cleaned. It's fun, you know. You pump gas and then people would. Now I'm warmed up. Look at that. 2 deaths, just crack. Probably one. My own imagination getting the best of me, 'cause I like to exaggerate, 'cause I'm a silly monkey. I'm testing this shit. Oh, what's up? We're getting a little battle here. What's up, monkey? What's up? Oh, good shooting. He's pretty good at that close range, I gotta say. The squid face dude's pretty cool. He's pretty good at that. And this is where I could get back to my BD situation. Nice. All right, I'm over in BD. I'm over in business development. I'm in the BD axis. What's up? Nothing solves your problems like a dead enemy soldier. It's the thing you gotta remember when they're shooting you in the face. Don't give up. Your gun works as good as theirs. You gotta be courageous. You gotta face the fire. There's no backing down. The aggressive win, and this is the lesson. The American Legion, World War I, they're like, hey man, how can we keep kicking ass at this refined level that we find ourselves kicking ass at? How can we keep doing it? So they founded the American Legion, and when they got back to the United States, they founded the Boy Scouts, and they also founded Boys State. The purpose of Boy Scouts was to create a general sense of readiness, Red Dawn style, baby. If your population is ready to repel an invading army, then your society has more freedoms because you're going to be less exposed to the attacks and the assaults of the cultures around you who would like to roll you up into their economic models and their situations. Oh, what's up? I'm getting shot by a robot. Nothing like dying by the hand of a robot. Love it. Love it. Hey, thanks, teammate. Thanks for cleaning that guy out. And by cleaning him out, I mean sending him to the death bardo so that he can be reincarnated within minutes. What's up? I'm just going to friendly fire these guys. Friendly fire. Just letting you know I've got this over here. Don't get too rowdy over there. Don't get too rowdy. But jacking around while the enemy's moving in, taking advantage, as they will, as they should. What's going on, monkey junkers? They're on my front porch. You're on my front porch. Victory is our destiny. That's nice. Victory is also the result of hard work, courage, and follow through. The ability to persist, the ability to work as a team, the ability to leverage your advantages to your enemy's disadvantages, and just like line those things up and start pulling triggers. Waka, chaka, raka. What's going on? All right, got him, which means he can't see me. If the blind guy kills me, I got him. Oh, okay. His friend got me, but you notice the death as I was going down? That's the key. I think it was the Spartans that trained that way. The Spartans would train to, in their last moment of life, they would be able to take one more enemy soldier down. Because the Spartan knew that his friends were going to be right the fuck there. Anybody he kills is one less person. His friends are going to have a chance to kill his friends. And honestly, that honor is what, that's the shit. The ability to The ability to honorably coordinate as a team is the real challenge of... I'm out of here. I'm out of here. They just blew up my ass. That was so fitting. Look at that death fall, death fall, death fall. Oh, so horrible, so horrible. You know, I am getting a serious lag on my scan. It's behind. Oh, okay, no problem. You know what we got to do? Before we even get started here, we're going to have to correct this situation. And how do we correct the situation? I think maybe we turn it off and then back on. One. No, look at that. There's a huge lag. Oh, technical difficulties, technical difficulties, technical difficulties. I wonder. Well, you know what, everybody? Sorry for the lag. You guys weren't actually seeing me play there. It was a little bit out of sync. That's an hour of power. Let's call it that for the moment. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your day. Boom, boom. See you later.